Hello, welcome back to BSLIVE. Today I'm gonna be using AI render to create random concept art on. The topic today is gonna be an alien kind of standing on top of a planet, or it could be like an egg. But yeah, I started with something really simple. It's a grease pencil doodle, and let me show you in 3D. So it's basically like this. It's a grease pencil doodle on top of a 3D planet. It's a very simple planet. If I jump into the camera, you can see, and if I change the camera angle, or maybe like crop it a little bit closer, and I hit a render, so the AI render will do a render inside Blender and then send it to Dream Studio. So I have Dream Studio here, and I have, I think maybe I still have around 20 generations. So this is the result that I'm getting. Okay, it's really basic and simple once you know how to do it. So every render, if I do another render of the same thing with the same prompt, a giant monster alien, I actually mistyped the monster, so but I keep getting a different result. So it's kind of cool, and this one is looking surreal because I'm using this preset style that's kind of like a DALL-E. This is actually pretty random. Occasionally I have a different preset, but I'm using this one, Surrealism, Surreal Art by Salvador Dali, matte painting, and my prompt, a giant monster alien that looks like a snail, octopus, crab standing on a planet. Okay, I just maybe create like a additional prompt, 4K. Should I type in Greg Rutkowski? Whenever you type in Greg Rutkowski, this artist's name, and you just do a render, the AI will try to give it like a dramatic light and fog and volume. I don't know, it's just adding a lot of realism. So I get another result and I can save it. Okay, so this is the latest version of AI render, and I already have it installed and it's already connected to Dream Studio. If you look under preference, oops, I think I show my API key. Anyway, I'm gonna change it in a bit. So yeah, so that's basically the process. So if I want to start from scratch, set render, delete everything, go tilde, go to the front view. I wanna Shift A and create grease pencil, blank. Okay, we're gonna start blank. File, save as, alien GP AI, and grease pencil. I'm gonna go to draw mode, and I'm gonna switch to ink. I like to start with ink, and actually if you have like a better brush, you can use that as well. I will create a mirror as usual. I'm gonna try to draw like an alien looking creatures with a mirror. Okay, I always do this, and this time, okay, it doesn't need to be an alien, it could be like an ogre, maybe, I don't know, some kind of ogre with the nose. It's like a cartoon drawing, right? Like a, some people call it like a, I don't know, like a low effort art. It's not, I think low effort art like this, you might think, okay, it's very basic, right? It's like kids doodle. This is of course something you can improve over time if you continue to learn the art of, you know, like to become an artist, real artist. You practice like figure drawing and things like that. You can start from something really basic doodle, and you can start adding more paint on top of it until it looks realistic. That's one way to do it. In my case, it's a really it's a free form. Nobody can tell you like, okay, you're not doing it right. Yeah, it's probably not kind of it's not recommended if you're doing like an art study, but for 3D therapy, for some kind of therapy that you do yourself, this is probably, it's okay, you know, you can do whatever. Self-taught artist, that's my point. I mean, well, I'm currently using this stroke, and I think I'm painting on top of the original, but that's okay. It's gonna be random anyway. So the idea is to just use grease pencil and mirror just to draw your concept art. You can use any tool, you don't need to do it inside Blender, but yeah, I'm just doing it inside Blender anyway. And I will use different color, and again I will do like maybe like repainting with the grease pencil. What's the benefit of grease pencil? This is currently I'm kind of doing it in 2D, right? It's flat, but I can always make it 3D at some point with using like all kind of techniques. Yeah, let's see, just gonna try and just adding more details before I send it into AI, because I want to make it it needs to have some kind of style, my own style, you know. I don't just, it's not totally random, it's a little bit random, but it's not like fully random. It needs to have my hand-drawn input. Yeah, some kind of tribal, it could be like a troll, ogre or something. Okay, this guy's floating, you can put it down there. Grease pencil itself is not actually, it's not totally flat. If you switch to sculpt mode, you can add like thickness. It's really strange tool I found, but it's also very kind of very not just powerful, it's very unusual. You can grab and push and do things like that. Just until you're happy. Just add some personality. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then you can add some kind of planet. I'm just gonna use icosphere, and I will just, I don't know, subdivide it, maybe subdivide displace with some noise, cloud, maybe subdivide it twice, give it a material. The material can be some kind of noise. You can actually paint it as well. For now, I think I'm just gonna use noise, texture. Oh, let's see how it looks when we render it. Shift A, create camera, view, align, active camera to view. We want this to be 512 by 512. It's very low res for the AI to do its job. Set camera to view. Okay, we want this to be like a planet. I don't know, like a small planet, or could be like a stone, eggs, whatever. If we render this out, you should get this create light, sunlight. this can be subdivided further. Right click, shade smooth. Yeah, I think it's a, yeah, okay, something like that. Low effort creations, but still kind of fun. The fun part is actually when you put some effort to actually manually paint it, right? Okay, it could be like double-headed alien, I don't know. Let's see if this actually works. I'm playing around with composition. Doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, yeah. Now I have Eevee. Eevee is gonna be doing the render. I'm gonna turn on ambient occlusion a little bit, maybe bloom. I will use AI render now. Enable AI render. Now we are ready to do some rendering. What is this guy? This is a giant ogre standing on top of alien egg. Apply preset style. Okay, let's see what happens if we hit render. So it's gonna do like a script and it's gonna try to do render. Yeah, it creates a composition for us, and let's make this smaller. You can see it's doing a render, right? This is our Blender render. It's an ogre on top of an alien egg. It's actually adding cloud as well, even though you don't have any background originally. You can paint your own background or use AI to create a cloud, but this guy is doing it for us. Cool. Yeah, so now so this is by default, it's using 0.3. Let's bring this AI render to the top. I will save this very quickly. File, save as. Okay, giant ogre standing on top of alien egg. Advanced options, image similarity 0. If I make this smaller, we're gonna get something completely far away from my original creation, our original creations. 0.5 will give it something that's closer to the original render image. So this pencil will, yeah, so it's closer to original painting or original 3D render, whatever. If we set it to 0.4, it's kind of gonna be in between. Let's get render. You can actually use image similarity value that's kind of like 0.6 or so. Oh yeah, this one is cool. This one is cool. It's more like alien, ogre, alien. You can set this to 0.6, for example, and it's gonna be closer to your original render, which is like super basic. Yeah, it's blurry. Okay, I was wrong. Use 0.2 or 0.3 or something. Just gonna do the denoising and then using AI. Yeah, we get an ogre. Let's change the preset into something else. Sometimes we get maybe Surreal by Salvador Dali. I use the steampunk preset. Yeah, we get a steampunk-ish monster on top of alien eggs. The cool thing, of course, if we go back to 3D viewport, go inside the camera, camera to view, move this a little bit, you know. I don't know, it's this alien. Maybe we can. It's currently using symmetry, so it's always gonna look symmetrical. Anyway, I changed the composition a little bit. Hit render. It's a little bit more dramatic. Yeah, not exactly what I want. So somehow I remember, yeah, sometimes it doesn't show everything. Okay, this is what I want, the surreal. Hit render. Or get blur somehow. When we get blur, I think it's Dream Studio is kind of it's blurring because it thinks that it's not safe for work, which is it's a pity. I don't like it that it's keep doing that. Yeah, okay, see, this one is also not safe for work, but why it's creating that? Giant ogre standing on top. Yeah, it's blurring the thing again. I think it's creating something that's not safe for work. Too bad. Let's play around with these operations. If we found something that we like, we can actually use this again. New image from last AI image, so it's kind of like feedback loop. So let's do that. This is the last image. Giant ogre. Giant, just say giant monster looks like ogre standing on top of planet. Surreal art. We don't need to say surreal because the style will do the job for us. Maybe DALL-E surrealism is causing it to generate something that's kind of not safe for work. Maybe let's increase the number. Prompt strength. Yeah. Play around with the value. It's gonna change the look completely. New image from last AI image. So it's using this image as reference and then keep adding some AI into it. I call it AI infusion. It's actually diffusion. It's kind of like if you kind of squint your eyes and then trying to create something based on that. So it's endless fun actually. Yeah, see, we have something and we can at any time in point we can change this into something else and then create new image from last image. This one looks cartoony. Let's see what this one does. Okay, another completely different. The composition is the same. I mean, obviously this is kind of what you want to aim. You start with something like this and then you get all this concept art. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't like it, maybe you just like the original, you know. You actually like your own original art, concept art, so you make the 3D version based on that. But at least you look at other variations and you're wondering, okay, maybe this could work that way. I think, yeah, the add-on still have bugs. It should show all of this. I like the surrealism. Let's try surrealism until we get something we like and then we switch to other style. Black and white, pretty cool. Let's try go lower again. I will probably run out of credits of Dream Studio at some point. Yeah, surreal, pretty cool. Let's recreate another from this. Hopefully it doesn't blur it. Yeah, it's blurring it. Yeah, I don't like it. It's not gonna work if the AI keep blurring your creations or whatever during the process. It's not gonna work. I just think that it shouldn't blur things too much. Of course, I'm using free credits, but if I'm paying like $10 and it's keep blurring things, I won't like it. Let's say we like this one. If we switch to different one, and then if we use 0.5 image similarity, oh, I know, I forgot. I should have used the different options. So okay, let's get back to DALL-E. 0.34 re-render. Yeah, it's blurring it. So it's gonna, if I can give feedback to Dream Studio, don't blur things. Don't blur things. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Okay, this one works. New image from last AI image, but hopefully it doesn't blur it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna switch to sci-fi. New image from last AI image. It's gonna be using this image. Hopefully it doesn't blur it. It blurs it. So it's, I think it's kind of sad that it's keep doing that. So I will do another method. Same thing will happen if I actually use Playground AI. It's gonna blur it. But with Diffusion B, if you do it locally on your own machine, it's not gonna blur it. Maybe I should try that actually. Diffusion B, but I think my computer will not have enough. It doesn't have enough performance power to do that. Anyway, Stable Diffusion, get the latest image from the desktop, and image strength. Remove Diffusion B for now.